What is up, everybody? Welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, joined by Chinedu, and it is Tuesday, September 24th, and we are here to discuss the final NXT on the USA Network because starting next week, we are moving over to the CW. And it was funny because for the most part, first of all, Chinedu, damn, I was already going into the show. Chinedu, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Denise. Happy here. See, Tuesdays and Night Pro Wrestling,
Oh,
man.
you
This
know
is
what should I
perfect.
do? I think I'm gonna have you come in and come back out because your audio's cutting out.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, no worries. Come back in. We'll get to you in just a second. Let's give Chinedu a moment to get his audio going. But all right, so it was funny because for the most part, I thought that this show was pretty filler. Like there was a lot of items that were filler because we all know that the big show is happening next week on the CW. However, we ended up closing the show with some pretty exciting news, and that is the appearance of Stephanie Vaquer. And we had sort of been waiting because we had known for a while that she was signed to WWE. She had been doing some house shows. She did, she was doing the house shows, but she hadn't actually came out on NXT television just yet. And so we finally got that here today. And I thought that it came at the perfect moment because it came during the confrontation between Julia and Roxanne Perez. And so that was really like the big thing that went down here, that went down on NXT. And it's probably going to be the thing we talk about here the most. And also, before I do get into NXT, I'm kind of waiting for Chinedu to come back so we can get his thoughts on that. Just an FYI, many of you guys probably already know this, but I do have an interview with Stephanie Vaquer, and that is up here on the channel. So if you guys kind of want to get to know her a little bit before she blows up in WWE and becomes a star and all of that stuff, you guys can see and hear about her humble beginnings here on the channel where she talks about moving from Chile to pro wrestling, from moving to Chile to Mexico to pursue pro wrestling. And hey, Chinedu, are you all good?
I think we're good. Am I good?
You're good now. All right. So I was just kind of stalling to give you a second here and giving people a little bit of a recap as to what went down. But first and foremost, Chinedu, how are you?
I am doing great. I am happy. My shows are done. I am relieved. I can breathe and relax. It was good. I'm happy. I'm relaxed. Thank you all for coming out for the shows. 2 sold out shows. It was amazing. And what a great way to end this Tuesday with an electric episode of NXT. I did not see a lot of these things happening. What happened tonight? I was very on my edge of my seat, very shocked. My mouth was open a lot, like, what? So, very good episode today.
Yes, a very, very good episode. So what I was saying though to everybody before you came back on was that I kind of felt like there was a lot of stuff that felt filler, right? You know that it was sort of it felt like a placeholder show because they're gonna go all out for next week's NXT debut on the CW. But the thing at the end with Stephanie Vaquer making her first NXT appearance, that was really like the creme de la creme, the big thing that we got to get into. So let's get to it right here, right now. So throughout the entire show, we had a press conference, a little NXT press conference that weaved in and out of the show. They had Ethan Page, they had Trick Williams, Oba Femi. And before we get to the Julia Roxanne Perez stuff, what did you think of the little NXT press conference that they did in and out of the show?
I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was something different. I've never seen them do this before. It was very, very good. I like how they paced it throughout the night too. Different segment though, and it played into the episode it was really good. Everyone like displayed great promo skills in the press conference. I was very excited. Again, y'all know I'm a big Jada Parker fan. Lola Vice. I was happy to see that they use a press conference to further their storyline along. I really liked that because I like them as a tag team. I like them together though, so I was really happy about that. Overall, it was really, really good. The Trick Williams promo had me a little like wondering, like, hold on, Trick. So it's like I know he's gonna be, I know he's a good guy, but he gave me a hint of like desperate heel a little bit in there. So I kind of like that in there too, though. So maybe it was just me. I was reading into it a little too deeply though, but I liked it.
Look, you were the one who predicted that Wesley was going to turn heel. So now I'm trusting your heel instincts a lot more, Chinedu. If you're telling me you're getting heel vibes from somebody, I'm not going to dismiss you like I did the first time. Because the first time I was like, shut up, Chinedu, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. And then turns out you were completely right. So I'm definitely going to listen to you on that. I thought like, for the most part, it was so funny because the press conference stuff, I think they did one with Chase University a while back, but it wasn't done in this fashion. I kind of liked it. I thought it was a different way to hype up a show that they obviously want to hype up. And it was different, right? Because usually we get the little so far we've gotten a couple of things, right? When you want to hype something up, you get the big contract signing, right? But we've seen that so many freaking times. Like the amount of contract signings we've seen in our lives as pro wrestling fans, there's so many. Then they also do the Iron Survivor Challenge before that. They always do the one where everybody sits down and they talk and it's a whole thing, or they do a split screen. Like they're trying different things, right? So this with the press conference was one of the most different things that they've done so far on NXT. So I'm like, all right, I like that they're trying something different and it gives everybody looked good. I loved the setup of how everyone looked on the little press conference stage. And it was really quick and simple. They just got a couple of sound bites in to push forward the story. The big thing that they drove home with Ethan Page and Trick Williams was, hey, is CM Punk going to be a factor in this match or not? And that was really like the driving theme that they wanted to really stick into our heads. Is CM Punk going to be a factor in this match? But CM Punk was there and he basically said no. What were your thoughts on that?
I had a similar thoughts. First, I want to say that I really think that Ethan Page's mic skills, his promo skills, they're so underrated. I know he's a champion, things like that, though, but watching him in his promo and over the past few weeks, just having, I feel, credible challenges now, his mic skills are amazing. Promo skills are amazing. He literally has been withstanding the Joe Hendry song and still pushing through with the promo very well. And it's to a point where, like, Joe Hendry, we hadn't seen him in weeks now, and they're still singing that song in the ring. He's coming out dressed nice and clothes, and he's still handling it well. I love how I'm not saying he carried the promo though, man, but he made me interested in seeing what he was going to do next with CM Punk, because you could tell he was annoyed with the factor, but he didn't give too much. So I guarantee this won't happen, whatever. So it kind of made me wonder, is something going on with CM Punk? And Ethan Page, does he have a trick up his sleeve? No pun intended. What's going to happen with this? So I like how they set it all up to kind of keep me guessing. And of course, CM Punk is so predictable. Who knows? We may even see Drew pull up and take a shot at him at NXT. You never know.
That's true. You never know, right? I would prefer it if they didn't. I would kind of hate to see that, like if Drew came in and got involved with CM Punk in this specific situation, because then that would just take away from what they're doing with Trick and Ethan Page. And what I liked about this is that I feel like both Trick and Ethan really came across as larger than life on NXT today. Like I thought Ethan Page looked phenomenal, and that pinstripe little blazer that he had looked really great, looked really sharp. Trick Williams also looked like a star. So I liked the presentation of how they made them feel big going into this matchup here. So I think it would kind of be a shame if we had Drew McIntyre get involved and mess with CM Punk while he's trying to be a referee. I would hate that. But at the same time, why do they keep saying if CM Punk is going to call this straight down the line or not? But I do think that CM Punk will call it straight down the line. And I think that's what we need for this matchup here. But I'm looking forward to the match. And I liked the way that they found a way to just hype it up a little differently this time around.
Wholeheartedly. And you're very right. They look like stars. Like the way what I like about NXT also is that like they're putting emphasis on how they dress. Like you can't, like, it's cool to come out in sweatpants, things like that every now and then, though. But the way they've dressed, the way Trick Williams dresses, the vest, the jeans, the leather, showing the abs, showing the muscles, showing the sunglasses, a superstar. Ethan Page, these suits are tailored. They fit like they fit well. They're not like baggy suits he's got from Suit Martin, threw it on real quick. You can tell they're tailored. They look good. You can tell he adds style to it, though. So I really do like those small parts of character development that they have here in NXT. It's really good.
Yeah, I feel you, man. All right, so let's get into the closing part of the show. So this was an extension of the press conference, but it was done in ring. So all of the other press conferences were done backstage in the little video. Cool, cool, cool. But this was done, the Julia Roxanne Perez portion of it all was done in the ring. And this was interesting because for the most part, we had Julia talking, and she was basically, and Funaki was translating for her, but the big gist of this was basically that Roxanne Perez's time was up. She was there to become NXT champion, and that it was time for Roxanne Perez to pass the torch. So really it's more generic stuff when it comes to being a challenger. Nothing too crazy. It was what you would expect from the challenger to say, right? Roxanne Perez, on the other hand, she had a really good line in this that I really liked. So she goes out there, she says, I was a Julia fan before any of you were actually Julia fans. And she talked about studying Julia. She talked about wondering whether or not their paths would someday cross. She talks about how this match was a dream match, but not for her, but for Julia instead, because even though Julia has held championships across, across the world and all of these titles that she held, whatever, right? Roxanne says, no, the title that means the most is this championship, the NXT Women's Championship, and that is why you're here. So what did you make of this confrontation between Julia and Roxanne?
First of all, it's always great seeing Funaki. First of all, I just want this. It's always great seeing Funaki. I'm happy to see him on here getting a check, working. Makes me happy, man. I loved him in Kind Side. Loved it. But to see Roxanne Perez promo skills just phenomenal. Like I say this every week. I'm a big Roxanne fan, huge fan, and to watch this girl deliver these epic, amazing heel promos is phenomenal. I love the venom she gave off. It showed a very frustrated, like annoyed champion. I like how she also threw in there. That line was really good too. I was a Julia fan before all you were, because I love her calling out fair weather fans and all these fake fans that don't watch New Japan, don't watch Stardom, don't have no idea who this girl is. Oh, but you know her. How, like, yeah, stop lying. Okay. I'm glad Roxanne called it out, because most people don't even know who Julia is. If you really watch, most people don't know because they watch Stardom and things like that. I love that she called it out. And I love that the fact that she revealed too that she has you scouted. I love that Roxanne, though she's a cocky champion, she does her homework too. She knows exactly who Julia is. I've seen all your matches. I've seen all your moves. I'm not going into this blind. I know exactly who you are, and I'm going to still beat you anyway. That's why I like Roxanne. Such great promo, so I loved it.
I feel like Roxanne is constantly getting shit for her promos all the time. I hear it from so many people where they're like, oh, she's not good at promos. She's not good at promos. But I feel like people are still judging Roxanne based on the earlier version of Roxanne. I feel like she has tremendously improved in promos, and I don't think she's gotten the credit for her improvement just yet. But I do think Roxanne has improved a whole lot. And that's what she's there for, right? It's NXT. She's going to improve, and she's going to keep going as a champion. But I mean, last week she had that confrontation with CM Punk, and she had some really good lines in there, which we talked about and covered last week. And then now she's out there, shining on her own against Julia, who a lot of people have put over. Why? Because she has a really good aura. So, and she's standing tall across from that.
Most definitely. And I was not worried about Roxanne losing this title, right? I was always like, Roxanne gonna keep it. What else is she gonna do? Listen, man. Whew.
It's good stuff, right? It was good stuff. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. So after this, it was funny because it was weird because I kind of felt like maybe there was I don't know if there was a little bit of a timing issue when Julia was cutting her promo, and then when we finally heard the voiceover from Stephanie Vaquer, because I was sitting there and I was watching, and I felt like she was sort of stalling for time there. I don't know if you caught that, but that's sort of what it felt like. And so I was watching and I was confused. I was thinking, this feels a little weird. It feels like there's kind of stalling for something. And so it's so funny because I posted my reaction on Instagram. You guys can check it out. So I posted my reaction on Instagram, and my face is, for the first couple of seconds, I'm so serious, right? Like deadpan. I'm just there with a very serious face. And then I hear Stephanie Vacker's voice, and because she spoke in Spanish, immediately I knew, oh shit, it's Stephanie Vaquer. And from the second I heard her voice, it was funny because I had been slouching down, and I got right up, man, right away. The second I heard Stephanie, I got right up, and so it was kind of cool to see her on the Tron. She appeared via satellite. She wasn't there in person. It was via video. And the cool thing about this was that the closing image was Roxanne holding up her championship, Julia staring at her, and right in between them was Stephanie Vaquer. Basically, they're telling us, hey, whoever comes out NXT Women's Champion come Tuesday, they are moving on to Stephanie Vaquer. She is next in line, or she's coming. That's basically the understanding that I got from that closing shot.
Same thing for me too. They gave us a visual of what the women's division, what the top women's division is going to look like for the next couple months. Like, because it's going to revolve around these three women pretty much, because they've built it up for so long. These debuts, waiting anticipation. So I love the visual. I really did. I loved them speaking in their native languages. I love that, because to me, again, if English is not like their first language or their strong suit, whatever, let them speak and how they feel comfortable. As a wrestling fans, we can feel what they're saying. To me, at least, I understand everything well, but you can feel what she's saying, like, for the most part. Like, so I like that. I love Funaki was there, but I just feel that way. Same thing whenever I hear Damian Priest, even though I know he speaks, both of them. When he speaks in Spanish, though, it feels more, like you said last, it feels more, more passionate. I like it. Yes.
We're feeling
it. Yes. That's what I like. I like it.
Chinedu's like, okay, there, I'm done. I was gonna say something else. I'm done. I'm not even gonna say what I was thinking. Chinedu, you know what I was thinking.
I know
you know what I was thinking. You know what I was thinking. And the chat here, I'm pretty sure knows what I was about to freaking say, but I'm not. All right. We got Sterling 200 who says Steph was like a blue chew for Denise, got her right up. Oh, well, let me tell you guys, if you want to make sure that it's upright, get your Blue Chew promo code Denise. Are you jobbing now in bed? Do you have dreams of main eventing in the sack? Well, have no fear. Blue Chew is here to help you become the champ. Soon you'll make your babyface comeback and get the finish. Blue Chew is the place to go for chewable versions of sildenafil, tadalafil, vardenafil. These ingredients help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer lasting erections for sexual activity. Woo! The chewable tablets help fight off all forms of ED, which can include performance anxiety and maintaining an erection long enough for sex. A Blue Chew subscription includes a free online consultation, 24/7 medical support, a prescription for chewable sildenafil, tadalafil, vardenafil, if approved, and discreet delivery straight to your door every month, all from the comfort of your own home at affordable prices. No more in-person doctor visits, no more waiting for appointments, and best of all, no more awkwardness. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to the description box of this video and click on the link and make sure to use the promo code Denise. All right, y'all asked for it, man. Y'all asked for it. We're all talking about getting up, liking it raw. I mean, hey. All right, so anyways.
I made it. I want to say, first of all, I made it. Y'all don't understand how funny I think this ad is. Like, I can watch it, but there's different things I find in here that make me laugh. Seeing Denise just as a boy makes me laugh. It makes me laugh.
Are you a fan of Dennis?
Yes, Dennis. I like this.
You?
Strong. Yeah.
Dennis is a heartthrob, okay? Dennis is out here getting all the chicas.
Listen, that's what I heard, okay? Sean Rossap told me about Dennis. Told me to watch out. Like, ladies, man, for real. I believe it. But y'all, for real, if your meat is weak, hit that link, all right? Promo code Denise. All right, run that up, y'all. Run that up.
All righty. So with that being said, poor Chinedu. Chinedu never makes it on this. So basically what we had here with Stephanie Vaquer, it was a big moment. People have been anticipating this. She got a lot of buzz, Chinedu, when people found out that she had signed with WWE. It felt like a really huge thing. Why? Because well, let's be real. She's made a big name for herself, but also, what was it, like a week or two before we found out that she was headed to WWE? That girl was performing on AEW. In fact, she wasn't just performing on the show. She had a big pay-per-view match against Mercedes Moné and had a hell of a performance. One of Mercedes' best matches since she's been in AEW was with Stephanie Vaquer. And so I think a lot of that basically had people going like, oh, well, who's Stephanie? I want to know more about her. And more people that were more familiar with the lucha scene will obviously know a little bit more about her. And then those that watch New Japan Pro Wrestling would have also seen Stephanie on there as well. And so, Chinedu, in terms of you, like how were you on whether or not you like knew Stephanie, or how did you become familiar with her? What was your like process?
Oh, first of all, I want to say that she has had great performances. Whatever, she definitely has not been jobbing out in bed. See,
Wait, what did
that
you
makes
say?
me laugh. I'm sorry. I said she's definitely not jobbing out in bed.
No, she's not jobbing out in bed. Oh, that sounds so wrong.
I'm sorry. That line's funny to me. I'm sorry, but yes, I first heard about Stephanie Vaquer again. Pretty much the DWO talking about in the comment section. I looked it up, saw her stuff on AEW, and I was very impressed again. Also, what I like about this again, all the contenders are not slouches. Like everyone that's been quote unquote inserted in the main event picture is justifiable because both these girls can go. There's no need for no build up, warm up feud. No, we know where they need to be, and I'm glad that they went ahead and did it, put it in place of the women's title scene. Because as much as stacked as this division is, these three women, I feel like a step above everybody else for some reason. Somehow they just feel like a bigger deal than everybody else, though. So I love the presentation. I can't wait to see how this match goes out. There's so many options. There's Roxanne and Julia. There's Julia and Stephanie. There's a triple threat. There's all these different things that can happen, though. So I'm very, very excited about all this unfolding.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be excited about because the thing with Stephanie is that she's going to bring a style, or she's going to bring a certain level of experience and aggression that we don't, that not just anybody has. A lot of people have that, sure, but I think that Stephanie is going to bring a whole other level here to the NXT women's division, and that's going to be fun because she's going to go in there and mix it up, like you said, with people like Roxanne, with people like Julia, and then of course, you know, everybody else on the roster, your Jada Parkers of the world. I mean, God, there's so many girls on the freaking show, but it is going to be fun, and I think that they can tell a whole lot here. What I'm excited for, and what this is feeling like to me, is feeling, even though we got two new faces in the women's division, it's starting to feel like they're getting ready to introduce not just this new era for NXT, but also this new crop of talent in general. In general, we're seeing new faces. It all started with seeing the NXT collaboration, getting Ethan Page in there, people like that. All of that are just making this new era of NXT and the CW start to feel different, start to have its own stamp, its own personality, so you can distinguish that from the former, which was the USA Network era of NXT. So here we go. We got a ton of super chats, so let's get right to it. I want to get your guys' reactions, your thoughts, your opinions. Let's go. We got Jay Stone here. Thank you so much for the generous super chat, Jay. He says, I will disappear into the wilderness for weeks if Tony D beats Oba. This feels like they are throwing Tony D a bone because he's the last of the 2.0 guys. Tavion or Javon would be better options. So I'm kind of feeling the way that Jay Stone is. So heads up, guys. We are going to be getting Obafemi versus Tony D'Angelo, and that is happening on the October 8th edition of NXT. So it's not the debut episode, but the following week. However, on the debut episode, we are going to have The Miz have his little talk show with both guys here. And we didn't mention this last week, Chinedu, because clearly you and I didn't see it, I guess, until afterwards, but they're doing the Rocky storyline. Everybody on social media caught on to that, except us. We were like 20 minutes late to the party here.
Yes, clearly.
but that's what they're doing. And here's the thing, like, I don't want to see Tony D'Angelo defeat Obafemi. I really think that, here's the thing. I really think that Shawn Michaels and the creative team have a really good pulse on what the NXT fans, what the NXT audience wants to see and who they like and who they're fans of and how they feel about certain things. And so I hope they know that we just don't want to see Oba family just lose to anybody. And I don't think they're going to have Tony D'Angelo win. If they do, I don't think it's going to be the best call. But hey, where are you at on this?
I'm the same way. No one, this is the thing. Tony D is a great talent and everything like that, but nobody wants to see him with a title. Like, he's the kind of guy, like, he wins the Andre Battle Memorial, the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. He wins stuff like that. Win strongman things, because right now that title, it should be on Oba. Like, there's no need to put it on Tony. And like, I really feel, even at this point now, I feel like he should be called up to the main roster though, because I feel like there's nothing else to do with NXT. It's the gimmick itself. I feel can work on the main roster. I think, but although I'm not in love with it myself though, it's just the same thing said though. It's like he's the last of the 2.0 guys. There's nothing else for him to do, so put him there. But that's not a good fit. This is not a good fit.
Yeah, so I'm feeling like Jay Stone here. I agree. Hopefully, Obafemi retains there. We got Matt Logan who says, I enjoyed the last episode on the USA Network. Julia doing her best to speak English. Yeah, she did, man. She looks good, but obviously, she's a little bit more comfortable not having to speak in English. But then again, I thought they found like a pretty decent way around it. They put the they did two things, right? They had Funaki translating, but then they also had the subtitles of what she had said over on the actual screen. Now, it's a weird thing because it would be cool if they could do the subtitles while she was talking, but at the same time, though, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, sometimes I think it's a good idea, but then sometimes I go back on it. And then also you don't want to make it look like they already know what she's going to say. So it would have to be a situation where you see the text as the word is coming out of her mouth, but I don't know how that would work essentially. I'm sure they can do it. God, it's 2024. It can definitely do that, but it makes it a little bit better than putting out like the whole text on the screen the way that they did today. So just keep it a little bit shorter, but I don't know. What do you prefer? No text or text?
No text. I prefer the text when they do their vignettes, like the one when they did one with Shinsuke Nakamura and with Asuka. They had it there. When he did about Cody, that's great. Keep it right there because we're already watching the screen. We can read. That's the time to do that, and it helps convey. It helps further push the character. Doing that loud, it's just weird. Because I'm thinking about some guy in the back typing up real quick. I gotta hurry up. I can't mess it up. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to be nervous in the back. That's why I'm like, hurry up, kid, before I hit you with just kick him a sweet shit music if he messes up. I don't want that for this kid. He just started there. Oh, that's too much pressure. So I'd rather they not have it. Again, I'm all for like the wrestlers speaking how they feel comfortable, because I feel with wrestling, we can feel what they're saying. To me, at least I can. Like, I don't speak any of her language at all though, but when she was talking, I understood. I felt what she was saying. Like, Roxanne, you're not as good as you think you are. I'm better. And what's gonna happen when I beat you? I got it. That's good.
I love it. All right, we got Sheldon Jackson here who says, great way to end the press conference and the era of NXT on the USA Network with Stephanie Vaquer's debut and letting the world know that she's got next. Yeah, that's essentially what they did. She called dibs. That's what she did. She was like, dibs on the NXT Women's Championship #1 contender spot. Or not the #1 contender spot, but they basically told us without telling us. So it was a good way to end the show. And it was funny too, because I really wasn't expecting anything super newsworthy coming out of the show. And especially the first 2 hours, I was thinking like, damn, there really isn't that much to say. And then with the closing of the show, thankfully they gave us something. Woo! So thank you so much to Sheldon for also sending that in. We got Crazy 101 who says the ending felt odd and had lots of stalling. So it was the timing thing that I mentioned. It was the timing thing. I think there was it felt like there was some sort of timing issue, because there was a huge pause between there were some huge pauses during Julia's promo towards the end that didn't necessarily line up with Stephanie Vaquer's audio. So I don't know what really happened there, but it basically gave us too much time to stop and think and go, hey, what's going on here? So I think it was just a timing thing, but had they inserted the audio of Stephanie, like got in her video the second that while Julia was talking, instead of waiting for the pauses, then I think it would have hit a lot better.
I agree, because especially when that stuff happens, like especially with a live crowd, you're leaving yourself open to somebody in the crowd saying something crazy and throwing the whole thing off.
That's true. That's true. Crazy 101. Thank you so much. We got a really, and I mean really incredibly kind and generous super chat here from William Buhner. William, holy cow. First and foremost, I'm sending you so much freaking thanks for sending in this incredible super chat. It really, really, really goes a long way here on the channel. And on top of that, I send you some good karma, man. What goes around comes around. Get yourself some good karma, bro. William Buhner says, great night, in my opinion. The ending was a little wonky, but the women are killing it. Stephanie showing up on the screen at the end just showed how stacked the women's division is. Love you, Denise. Chin, you're all right too, I guess. I love it. Chin, you're getting some fans. Let's go.
I feel that way, man. I'm feeling it. First of all, William, man, we appreciate it greatly, man. Greatly, greatly, man. You are the very best for that. We love it. And I feel like I'm slowly getting my way in here. Like the DWO is slowly accepting me. Like this week, Sheldon did not call me the flip-flop king. That's progress. Progress. We're getting in here, man. I think they're starting to like me now. I like it. I love it. But thank you so much again, Will, man. You're the best. Much love, my guy.
Yeah, and so going back to what he said about the ending, yeah, unfortunately, it was just a timing thing from the looks of it.
Yeah.
But I think at the end, I was so excited. I'm like, okay, good. There was a payoff to that. Because imagine had it just ended with like a weird, oh, here I am saying something, talk, and then a long pause, talk. Okay, long pause again, talk, confrontation. That would have been weird. That would have not ended well. So thankfully, we ended with a nice little surprise there.
Thankfully, man, because that would have been awkward too. This is the awkwardness, and then the graphic, and that's it. Like, oh man, it sucks.
Yeah, I would have just, what the hell would we have talked? What would we have talked about on today's show, realistically?
Nothing. We would have been as stuck on this mic as Wesley was and his friend for their segments. We'd have been stuck on the mic like they were. Jesus. Whew.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
man. William, thank you so much, man, for the super chat. Chat, give William some love over here. We got Tunde Uad here, who's in the house. Says, hey, Denise and Chinedu, Trick versus Oba Femi, NXT belt. I know. Again, want Oba Femi to retain. Think he should retain.
I agree. Although that will be a great match. Like, I want Oba to have a long run with that belt, a big run. Whoever takes off Oba, it needs to make them because it's a very big deal now.
We got Dream Ninja 77 who says, Julia, Roxanne, Stephanie, it's not crazy to say the top of the NXT women's division is the best in the world. Julia versus Roxanne has to main event the CW show. So let's look at that actually. Let me pull up the whole card here. It's going to take me a second, but I mean, for the most part, I feel like given the fact that that's what closed out today's show, it definitely feels like that's what they're going to main event with on the CW for the first week for sure. And hold on one second. I'm trying to pull up the core hard card here. But off the top of your head, is there anything else that you believe should be main eventing besides this?
I'm thinking Trick and Paige with Punk as the referee, maybe. Just because Punk's just because the name value of Punk, I would say. But that's the only thing I would think would be bigger than what they have going on with the women's division.
Yeah, no, I think it definitely has to be that match. And hold on, I'm looking at this whole entire thing here. All right, so let's see. Oh, well, obviously we got Ethan Page and Trick Williams. I don't know how I forgot that. Clearly bad memory over here. We have Wesley and Zachary Wentz. And so, this is a tough one. I really do. Damn, now I'm thinking that because for whatever reason, I thought, because you know how we're promoting 2 nights, for whatever reason, I thought one was on one week and one was on the other week. But no, both the NXT Championship and the NXT Women's Championship matches are on the same first week. So, dude, personally, I think you go with Roxanne Julia. I think that's going to be the better match, in my opinion. And I'm most intrigued to see it because we've seen Ethan Page, Trick Williams before. However, this match, the Trick Williams Ethan Page match, does have CM Punk as a special guest referee, and of course, it's for the NXT Championship. So I feel like you could really go either direction.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we got Christopher Marina here who says, WTF was that women's tag match BS. It got no one over and makes Carmen Petrovic look like a complete ass. It infuriated me that if Julia Roxanne wasn't still to come, I would have turned off NXT. So let's talk about that match, because I literally wrote down on my notes a weak finish. That was really the big thing that I felt during this. Because here's the thing. This is what went down today on NXT with a lot of the matches. A lot of the matches that we saw today, some of them had a couple of highlights, right? But for the most part, they were very in and out. They were very quick finishes. Like everything happened so fast for all the matches. And the one that Christopher Marino here brought up is the Carmen Petrovic and Brindley match versus Rosemary and Wendy Chu. Now, the finish I did not like, because they had Ashanti the Adonis go out there, and his whole bit is that he's been trying to give this rose to the girls. There's so many girls backstage on NXT. I don't even know who he's trying to hook up with or not hook up with. I don't even know. But the point is, he goes out there and he starts giving the rose, or trying to find someone to give the rose to. And Carmen goes up to him and she's like pissed. They start arguing. And so that leaves Brindley in there, and she doesn't have the help of Carmen. And so Rosemary gets the win. Cool. We love Rosemary. Happy that they got the win. Who got the win here is not even the issue. The issue was sort of how it was executed towards the end, which I did not like the inclusion of Ashanti the Adonis in this.
I didn't either. It felt like a bad episode of The Bachelor. Like, he's walking on roses and nobody cares. To me, I don't care about this gimmick. I understand what they're trying to do. I'm happy he's on TV, but it made no sense to have him in this match. It made Carmen look so dumb. You got distracted by some guy. You're in a match right now, and you got distracted by a rose. You turn around. What are you doing here? What? 1, 2. Oh, I'm in a match. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I've been so pissed. If I was Brent, I've been so mad. I've been like Xavier after that, man. I've been so angry. What is wrong with you?
She should have gotten her little sword and just ripped off the rose off of that stem and gotten him the hell out, man. Yes. Like, this is they were out there handling business, and they kind of got screwed with that. But hey, on the bright side, Wendy Chu and Rosemary get a victory. So I know people really like Wendy and Rosemary. So cool. But yeah, again, the finish was just weak, man. Like, Rosemary and Wendy, they could have gotten their win without none of this Ashanti the Adonis and his rose business and all of that, especially because it's been such a background story on NXT. Like, you could have easily missed it. Every week you could really just easily have missed it. So it's not even like a big thing on the show. At least I don't think it is.
No, it's not at all. It's very, very background. And again, the one time Carmen does not have that sword. What was the sword at today, Carmen? You bring it with you every single match. You didn't bring it with you. Could have sliced that rose in half, got back to the match, stayed focused. But no. We're caught in a horrible vortex of unfortunate booking. I'm happy he's on TV again, because I know he's a talent, but not this way. Not like this.
I feel ya. We got Matt Logan here who says, I agree, Roxanne is very good with her promos. Let's go. We're going to start changing the narrative right here on Dead and Chin for the win. All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Matt. We got Cheesesteak59 who says, will Chinedu trim his beard like Lexus King? Also, Lexus should keep his shirt on. I think on Chinedu, if you came out here with your beard looking like Lexus King, I would be like, yeah, let's just keep you audio only.
Yeah, audio only.
But I think you'd be able to rock it.
I could. Maybe if I get the hairline together. I could do the hairline right. Maybe I get that together. If I get the Lexus King hairline first, let's start with the hairline first on top. Get down there, work your way at the bottom. And then maybe the beard next up. But if I feel we got to focus on top first. The beard, I feel my beard is cool for my face shape. And I thought, but we got we're on the top first. If Lexus give me some of that the hair he actually got right there, I'll take some of that fill in right there. Man, that'd be good.
Yeah, you'd be like, whoa, happy to have my hair.
Yeah. Let your soul glow. Well, that's what
that beard can look good on some people, but then some people, I don't know. I think Lexus King just went too far with it. He went too far with it. Every time I see it, I just feel like messing it up, I'm like, stop with these perfect ruler edges.
Yes, because it's everywhere. It's like everywhere. It's like, how are you doing that, man?
You don't want a scruffy beard, right? Like, that's terrible. Everybody needs to and should be having a nice groomed beard, okay? But this is just too much for me. The Lexus King beard, it's too much for me.
Yeah, I wonder how long it takes to edge all that up, man, and then make it even on both sides. I wonder how long that takes.
Oh man. By the way, I'm dying here because Dominic Carranza here says Chin got more forehead than Reg.
Wow. I do.
I hate to break it to you, Chinedu, but yeah, I think you're winning the forehead wars here.
I got the forehead.
You now have the most famous forehead on this channel.
Is my name Chin Headdo now? Is that what y'all finna call me in the comment section? This is what we doing? This is what we finna got beams to the punch with these jokes. Yeah, beams to the punch with these jokes.
Oh man. I can't. All right, we got Michael's wrestling channel here who sends it a super chat. Thank you so much, Michael. He says, I think WWE Evolution 2 needs to happen in 2025. They have enough women in WWE to do it. Bro, yes. 1000%. Yes, it's funny because like when they had said like, oh, there's not going to be another Evolution, for the most part, I was just kind of like, eh. But then afterwards, once I started seeing how many more women you have, how many more women there is, I'm like, dude, I really want an Evolution too. I kind of feel like they're missing out. I feel like they should bring it back, man. I feel like it would be so exciting personally, and seeing how many people are asking for it and how many women they have, they can do the NXT women, the Raw, the SmackDown, everybody. More the merrier. I think they should bring it back.
I agree. And there's so many companies that I know that will want to sponsor an all-women pay-per-view, especially with WWE being as hot as it is right now. They will be all over it. Because I remember they said before to the Evolution they make a lot of money, which I'm like, really? That's great. But I feel right now it will be really great. They have so many women on the roster. It will be just amazing. Who would you want to like be the main, based on our current talent right now, though, Denise?
Ooh.
What match would you want to be the main event right now?
Oh my gosh. I kind of want to make it a little bit of a dream card. Like, I know none of these stories are what we're seeing, but I need to get Bianca and Rhea. I need to see that. God, I need to see Charlotte in there with Tiffany Stratton. I was just like, I could see it. I'm just putting random matches together here, but screw it. In a fantasy world, okay? Fantasy world, Roxanne and AJ Lee, especially since this is an NXT show. We always talk about Roxanne.
Yes.
Oh God, there's so much. I feel like I can just sit here and just like play with people and move them around to make perfect matches.
I do have one though, and I've wanted to see this for a long time. I hope one day it could happen, but it may not though. I want to see the 4 horsewomen of WWE take on the 4 horsewomen of MMA. I want to see that match because they had that stare off so long ago, but it never happened, whatever. And I don't think we've ever seen the 4 of them team up before, have we? Like at the same time? Have we ever seen that before? Sasha,
I don't know.
Becky?
I don't think so. I don't remember. Sorry, I have the worst memory ever.
Now, to me, I felt like something like that happening, like Ronda and Ronda and Shayna like jumping one of them, and then all the other 3 horsemen just kind of come in, they kind of help them up, and there's just that moment in the ring of all 4 of them in the ring at the same time. I think will be amazing to me.
We got a lot of people here in the chat who want to see Julia versus Io. We got Bianca versus Io. We got, oh my gosh, there's so many here that people are sending in. Bianca versus Jade. Bianca versus Io again. Yeah, given their Raw match that they just had, of course, I would love to see that again.
Amazing.
Roxanne versus, okay, let's just put Io versus everybody at this point.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one. Dan Jackson brings up Rhea versus Stephanie Vaquer. Oh my God, that would be kind of freaking cool. So basically we can go into so many different directions, guys. There's a lot to play with the women. There really, really is. So anyways, yes, I agree. I would like to see Women's Evolution Part 2. So thank you so much to Michael's Wrestling Channel for sending that in. All right, but let's keep it going and let's get into some of the other topics that we haven't gotten into for this show. For the most part, everything else is really just like boom, boom, boom. I don't know how else to explain it, Chinedu. Like, there really isn't too much to say about some of these other things that went down on the show, but let's just run through them here. So we got Kelani versus Wren Sinclair. I always want to call her Maddie Rankowski. I still call her Maddie Rankowski. So sorry, apologies. I think I've done it 100 times on the show, actually.
You're a real wrestling fan, Denise.
It's so hard for me. I don't think I've ever accepted her as Wren. Like, in my brain, she's just permanently Maddie. And so every single time, even when she comes out on the show, I'm like, oh, there's Maddie. I can't think of her as Wren. But anyways, Wren Sinclair, Kelani Jordan for the NXT Women's North American Championship. This was a very fun opening match here. Kelani looked amazing. Wren Sinclair looked amazing. And I mean, it was fun. Split-legged moonsault from Kelani for the victory here. It was brief, but it was good.
I agree. You know, I know if I thought we all knew Kelani would win, you know, but I feel it'd be a very fun match, you know, good back and forth, which it was. I mean, in the end, who won the match should have won, Kelani, of course. So, and it furthers the storyline for No Quarter Catch Crew, which I think is good. They have something going on. Interesting, though. I mean, you know, good for them, you know.
We got Grayson Waller effect. And the big thing that really came off from this here is that their guests were Nathan and Axiom Frazier and Nathan Frazier and Axiom. And basically, they were saying a lot of the same things that I think people are saying about A-Town Down Under, because they were talking about how Nathan and Axiom aren't on the same page. And they're like, yeah, you guys aren't on the same page either. We watch SmackDown. We know what's going on with you guys. And then they're like, oh, well, you guys would be better as singles stars. And we're like, yeah, so would you guys probably. It depends on the person that you ask, of course. But it felt like a lot of what they were saying to Nathan and to Axiom were things that you could easily say to A-Town Down Under. So it kind of ended with Nathan bringing up a good point. He says, why is this called the Grayson Waller Effect Show? Why isn't this the Grayson Waller and Austin Theory show? And so Austin Theory suddenly has this like glass shatters moment where he realizes it. And it's like, yeah, why doesn't the show have my name? And I loved Grayson Waller's reaction to this, because he's like, I already got the name trademark, the graphics. And I started thinking, you know what? I don't blame him, bro. You got the trademark, you got the graphics done. I get it.
And it's up cost too, man. Listen, we understand this. We understand this part of it too. As creators ourselves, though, that's up cost money. Okay, it's a lot of time, paperwork. All right, I can't just get it changed because this guy said so. Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. All right, moving on. We got my favorite. Sorry, Chinedu, did you want to say something?
Just real quick, I just want to say, I feel like they're building toward the Austin Theory face turn, whatever. Eventually, right? Do you think he's going to be over? Like the way Chelsea Green is going to be over as a face once they finally pull that trigger on her? Do you think it's gonna be the same thing with the Austin Theory? Because I feel like they want him to be the face clearly, and Grayson's the heel, but I don't
have an answer for you, but I do want to say I hope so. Yeah. Because it just things haven't really been working so well for him. Yeah. And I hope that this does work out for him, because I do think Austin Theory has a lot of talent. I really, really do. I think he's got a lot of really great characteristics that can make him into a big star. He just hasn't found it just yet. But when he does, I hope he grabs onto it and runs with that shit, because, you know, he has had a lot of really big opportunities and things have sort of fallen through for him. And right now it feels like so many people are like, you know, trying to grab that spot. So like this, it almost feels like for a second, like when Vince was there, Vince sort of had him like as a pet project, right? Like remember all of those Austin Theory, Vince McMahon segments? It felt like they were preparing Austin Theory for certain things. And of course he went off and, you know, got the Money in the Bank briefcase and all of that stuff, right? But unfortunately, it doesn't feel that way anymore. Like it feels like he has to start all over again. He doesn't have, like, they're not molding him. It doesn't feel like he's being molded for a specific position just yet. It's kind of like hey, this is what we're doing with you. Either sink or swim, and we go from there. And once you get it, we'll run with it and we'll continue to do more with you. But it kind of feels like he's just there for right now. And the Grayson Waller Austin Theory thing has sort of been going on for a really long time. I thought they were going to break up a long time ago, because they started teasing it a long time ago, but it didn't really happen just yet. So, but I do think now they're practically on the verge. Like, come on, we've seen this mentioned so many times. I feel like it has to happen already. But anyways, all this to say, I hope so. I hope whatever they decide with Austin Theory works out for Austin Theory.
Yep.
With that being said, Hank and Tank get a big victory against the Good Brothers. So basically 3 weeks ago, the Good Brothers attacked them during their match against the Rascals, and that's what led to this match here today. And Hank and Tank look good. Again, another quick victory, but they got the damn win. And everybody here knows I'm a Hank and Tank girl. I'm rooting for these guys, man. They get me excited every time they come out on TV. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. Because they have energy. I like that. They've got energy. They're meaty. They're fun. All they need, Chinedu. They are one program, personally. They are one program, one feud away from being highly talked about in the social media IWC world, because I firmly believe that if they had like a series of matches with another really good tag team, oh, that's it. They're going to take off. And I do think that they have it in them. They just haven't been in the right matches just yet. That's how I feel. Like, I don't know. It hasn't happened just yet. But still, this match with the Good Brothers, like, this was good. Like, this was good.
No, very good. I feel Hank and Tank are like the cross between Edge and Christian and Heavy Machinery that they're trying to like put together and fuse, because they're great on the mic. They're very entertaining, and they can go in that ring, man. So I was happy to see them get this win. And I agree that they're one program away from, I feel, being one of the most popular tag teams in NXT. And I really feel like once they give them those tag belts, it's going to be great. I really feel like they're on the verge of that. Not quite yet, but keep building them up, whatever. And again, because they're so entertaining to me. I like them a lot. So I do hope they continue to win, build momentum, and eventually grab those tag belts.
You know who I want to see them work against? Malik and Idris. Now, I like Malik and Idris. They're so much fun. I think they're great high flyers. They're entertaining. They never really got in their due on the show yet. They're kind of been used more so to make other people look good, or to have like put other people over, get other people some wins or whatever. They're a young tag team, of course, but I think they've been in NXT long enough and they've been impressive long enough. Can you imagine those guys versus Hank and Tank, two totally different styles? Oh, I would want to see that.
I definitely would give them 15, 20 minutes. Barn burner. I think so too. Also, real quick, you bringing them up remind me of a joke. I'm in a group chat called Good Heat. One of my friends put a picture of those two up next to Private Party and was like, I can't tell who's who. And I was so mad because I felt that way a little bit myself. I was like, God dang it, man, don't do this to me. I kind of couldn't tell
Idris and Malik?
Yeah, and they put them together next to Private Party, and they're like, can you tell who's who? I was like, oh, I kind of can't.
I couldn't.
I couldn't for a second. I couldn't tell who's Mark.
But I really like them. I really like Idris and Malik. I've been rooting for them since day one. My NXT OG viewers know this. They know this, bro. They know this. And so I'm rooting for them. I was so mad when like Booker T started commentary because I wasn't mad, but it was funny because Booker just like randomly would hate on them for no reason at all. I don't know if you caught that, but for no reason at all, he would talk shit on them. I'm like, why is he talking shit on them? Like, what did they do to him? And it was kind of like a thing we would see often. And I'm like, what the hell did Malik and Idris do to Booker T, man? It was funny though.
They did something backstage, man. I bet you they talk about his dreads. They said something. They say your dreads look kind of dry today, Book. And he's like, what you said, boy? That's what it was. And ever since then, it's been beef.
Well, I don't know, man, but I need to see that. And yes, Ben Vig's right. We haven't seen them in a minute. I don't know. I think they were in a singles match the last time I remember, if I remember correctly. But yeah, they have. I've been saying it. They have something there with them. I think they're cool. I like watching them wrestle. Now they just have to like finesse it, finesse the team and package them, make them into something cool. But yeah, I think they've got something there. Now we just need to see them on the show. But Alvin White Jr. here says, is it bad that I forgot the Good Brothers were on NXT? Also only made me wonder when we see AJ back on SmackDown as well. Alvin, I hate to say this, but brother, I was thinking the exact same freaking thing. I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, why? Oh, I was so happy that and you know what it was? I think I missed the show where the Good Brothers attacked them. That was the problem. I missed the show where they attacked them. And so I was so confused. And then when they put the little the recap, I'm like, oh yeah, that was right. That's fine. I missed that show. But I forgot that they were on the show too, because they would go back and forth for a bit. They were on NXT, then they got drafted, but they were still on NXT. So we've been seeing them on both sides of the coin.
I remember seeing that episode, and I still forgot. I was like, oh, that's right. I forgot they were out here, man. And then it made me realize, when is AJ coming back? It's been a while. His match in Germany was his last match against Cody. Was that his last appearance?
I believe so. Let me double check here, but let me just make sure here when's the last time we saw him wrestle. Yeah, it was road well he's been doing like what was it? So he was doing the WWE live shows in August. So he was doing that. But the last time we saw him on TV, let's see what we have here. Yeah, Clash at the Castle, Cody Rhodes. That was the last time. And then after that, he was just doing a bunch of house shows. And then he had the match with he had the match in Noah, and yeah, everything else has been house shows.
Well, I mean,
But
to be
nothing
honest,
since August.
also too, Alvin, like AJ Styles is about 44 years old, and he's talked about wanting a slower schedule, spending time with his kids more, being home with his wife Wendy. He's talked about that for a long time, also too, though. So I'm sure he's probably just taking time off, enjoying being with his family, and enjoying getting that good money, man. Because I'm just getting good money right now, good contract, light schedule. You can't beat that, man.
Thank you so much, Alvin White Jr. And don't feel alone on all of that. All right. So let's see what else we haven't discussed here today that we need to get to. We only got two more things. And since we were already on the topic of A-Town Down Under, they did wrestle Javon Evans and Cedric here. Of course, main roster guys getting the win. Javon Evans looked spectacular as always. Nothing too much else to say about this, but anything that stood out to you during this tag match?
No, but my guy's bouncy. That's the main thing I got out there, man. My guy's just the air. Would Denise put on Twitter I don't know how he's getting this air. I agree with exactly what you said on X. Like, I don't know how he's getting all this extra air. It's just amazing to watch.
It's a human slingshot. We just
That's
can't
what it was.
see it.
Yes.
You know how, you know how like in the movies when they have like the people dressed in the little green screen and they're helping the actors and all of this. There's a green screen covered human slingshot, and we're not seeing it because that shit's freaking sending Javon Evans into the heavens because bro gets so much freaking air. How? I don't know.
Because somehow it looks like he gets even more air while being midair. He somehow hits a whole other level, gets even higher midair somehow. I don't know how he does this.
Be against like physics or something, because my logic was just okay. You drop something, that shit falls. How the hell? I don't know. I ain't even gonna get into all of that.
Somewhere Neville was watching Javon Evans and he is pissed. Okay, he was like, "I'm the man gravity forgot." Okay, not this guy. It's too late. Sorry, dog. Sorry, Neville. It's too late, man. It's Javon now, man.
Oh my god, he forgot two people now. All right, we got a couple of super chats here. This one is from Cheesesteak59, and he says Riley Osborne is still alive. So that's one match we need to get into here. He faced Ridge Holland. I know this is your favorite storyline, Chinedu. So, look, there's a bright side to all of this. All right, I'm not going to come on here and hate on this because first of all, I tweeted this out, but anytime we get glimpses of what Riley Osborne can do in the ring, it is good stuff, man. I'm a fan of Riley's. I really, really like Riley. I like his work. The potential this kid has is going to be like amazing, right? Now, of course, I have not been feeling the storyline with Ridge Holland and Chase U. It's not my cup of tea, right? This is not for me. There's a bright side. And you want to know what the bright side is to do?
What's that bright side, Denise?
The bright side is that this is Riley Osborne's first big program here on NXT. It's his first big program. And so I'm like, all right, I want to see at the end of this, Riley Osborne standing tall. I hope that's the bright side.
I hope so too, because again, he had a great showing in that match. It's just the way Ridge Holland just caught him and just hit him with that move and just killed him immediately. It was like, God, dog, man. He's dead. All right, 1, 2, 3. And Thea like screamed a lot during this match. She screamed a lot. I was like, Thea, your vocals had to be hurting right now, girl. Like, I hope you're gonna do no promos next week because that was a lot of screaming, a lot. But I do hope Riley Osborne does stand tall. I was excited to see him in that match because he has a great showing. Like that shooting star press landing on your feet still, that was amazing, okay? Brock Lesnar almost died doing that, all right? Riley Osborne had kicking it with ease. So
yeah, he landed on his feet with the shooting star press.
Yes.
Made it look like nothing.
Like it was nothing. And out of that, and people have damn near died trying to do that move. And he did it with such ease. It just goes to show that he has a lot of potential. Like, I mean, I don't know I haven't heard him on the mic too much, but this guy, like, I'm really excited to see him what he does in the future.
He's young. I don't know we've had any like spectacular promos from him It's more so just like he's been in the background of things when it comes to the promo aspects. But I think that right now I'm so interested by his wrestling that I haven't even thought about his promos just yet. I mainly just want to see him wrestle. That's what I want to see, and I'm intrigued by it. To me, the intriguing aspect here is Riley Osborne's future. But yeah, so that's where we're at with that. We got Stephen Marchuli here who says future matchups: Julia versus Asuka and Stephanie Vaquer versus Rhea. NXT has something for everyone. That is true, my friend. That is true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Stephen, as always, for all the support you give on the show. We got Sven Big here, who says, I want to see Tavion Heights in their cooking. Check his Japan highlights. That belly to belly is crazy. Kids got it to me. So I haven't seen much of Tavion Heights, so I'm going to take your word for this because I haven't really seen anything other than what he's done on NXT. And to be honest, I kind of forgot a lot of what he's done on NXT because hasn't been like a featured person. So I feel like to me he's still like brand new. He's still a blank sheet of paper to me. I still gotta fill it in there.
I definitely agree. Is Tavion? That was his given ring name, right? That's not his real name, is it?
I don't know if that's his real name, but he's the one with no quarter catch crew.
Because Tavion, it's such a black name. I can hear somebody's mama call Tavion. I can hear that. Get off this house, Tavion. Okay, I'm coming. I hear that in my head, but
so I think his name is his full name is Tracy Giangelo Hancock.
Okay.
Totally different than Tavion.
Wow. Yeah, very different than Tavion.
Yeah, very, very different.
Shawn Michaels be out here cooking, but Shawn Michaels out here cooking, man. I don't know what it is, man, but I think Shawn got black friends at the barbecue, man, because he make this show be feel like a black show. So don't it? It's like he be Shawn. Who you be out here kicking away, man? Because you got these black stars out here. Real Trick. You got Ashanti, you got Javon Evans, like Jade, all this. I'm like, Shawn, you come to the cookout, my boy. What you want?
Invited.
You play real quick.
He's invited. But okay, so yeah, so really quickly, so Tavion Heights is a he's a Greco-Roman wrestler, so that's definitely his strength. So like, dude can wrestle. God, so many freaking medals and shit that he's won here. So he is somebody that I think once he finds his, like, there's a reason why Sven Big here is putting him over. I feel just based off of his background, I can definitely tell that he's got something there. But yeah, I don't remember too much of what he's done on NXT itself. Sven Big, thank you so much for the super chat. We got Yes Boy here who says, if WWE is really about business and making money, get Taylor Swift's Bad Blood for the theme. Gosh darn it. Here's the thing, guys. Taylor is how do I say this? She doesn't need the money. She really does not need the money. So I think for her, it's when she lends out her music, I think it's more so about like what it's for, what is it? Where is this going to be played? What's the purpose? More of like that type of information. And then her team and her obviously approve that and decide whether or not to, run with something. But again, so for Taylor, it's not really about the money. She's freaking loaded. But if they were to get Taylor Swift's Bad Blood theme song, man, I'd probably shed a little tear of happiness.
And if I could add to that too, like Taylor Swift is an artist where she makes WrestleMania money per concert. So it's not, she really don't need that money. Like guys, it's really, when she came to Houston, people don't understand. If you saw her in Houston at NRG Stadium, 2 nights, NRG holds 70,000 people, y'all. 70,000. She did it for 2 nights with ease and sold a bunch of merch. So she definitely don't need it. And I feel, again, where her team is very strategic, like I feel what's smart on Taylor Swift, and her music is in things like Sing 2 and those movies. Like my daughter is a Taylor Swift fan now and didn't even realize it, okay? Because all her songs are in the movies, which is really, really smart. It's very, very smart. Because my daughter in the car singing song, like, who's Taylor Swift? But she knows all her songs. That's why I'm taking I'm taking her next year. I'm taking her and the wife next year to go see her live, though. So, yeah.
Taylor Swift moves economies, guys. Like, let's just leave it at that. Like, girl is making money for herself and for the people. So yeah, and I know this because I follow all the accounts and I get all this information. So anyways, but yes, boy, thank you so much for the super chat, man. He also says, will Javon versus Randy have one of the greatest RKOs? I'm gonna sit here and say Y-E yes. Oh wait, Y-E-S. Yes. I got carried away. I skipped the S. I was like, Y-E, yes.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah. I forgot the S. Yes. It's 3 letters.
I'm sweating, y'all. Sorry. That's on the forehead, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm sweating, y'all. Sorry.
It's on the screen. Y-E, yes.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Yes, the answer is yes. Yes, boy. All right. Thank you so much for the super chat, man.
Oh man, that
I'm
was
dying
great.
here. I'm dying. My mom's a teacher, bro. She waits to see that. My daughter can't spell yes.
My mom is too. That's crazy. That's ironic. My mom is too.
So your mom's a teacher?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, mom's a teacher, and my dad was an accountant.
Oh shit.
And African. So I had to be smart. I had to learn quick. Had to be able to spell right, proper grammar, everything.
Hold on. So your mom was a teacher, your dad was an accountant, and you're a comedian. Were they thrilled about that?
No. Oh my God. My mom is very supportive of anything I want to do, but my dad, you want to be a what? A what? A comedian? Tell me a joke. I told a joke. You're going to be homeless. He told me that.
He didn't laugh at your joke?
No, he did not laugh at all.
Look, I get it. Because, okay, what year was it when you decided you were going to pursue a career in comedy?
I'll be honest with you. I was 16 years old when I told my dad I wanted to be a comedian. It was rough. Because I was 17. I had just hosted a talent show for the first time. I did stand up for the first time when I was 16, 17. And I was graduating. And I'm showing my age here, guys. So that year, I was planning on taking a year off. I got top 10% in Texas. When you're top 10% in Texas, you get accepted into all the public schools automatically. So I got into UH, A&M, got into UT. I got into Sammy. So I was already in, and they'll hold your spot for a year. So I was going to take a year off, work on stand-up comedy, and also start making videos on this brand new app called MySpace. So I'm showing my age here, guys. So I was trying to, because at the time, you had to be in college to be on Facebook at the time. You had to be a college student to be on Facebook, though, so you couldn't even get on there. So MySpace was my avenue, and my dad found out. I told my mom what I was going to do. I'm like, please don't tell Pop. And she's like, you're not going to tell on my baby. The next day, I got a phone call from my dad. Your mother told me that you want to quit school to be a comedian. Let me tell you something. You're going to be homeless on the streets, okay? You're going to die broke, homeless, and alone. You need to go to school. That was a true story.
But see, I don't blame your dad, because back then, I feel like now, for example, if my kid was like, oh, I want to be a comedian, I'd be like, okay, great. You can maybe get yourself, if you work hard enough, there's a pathway to it, because there's so many successful comedians. You can make it on to get yourself a little Netflix special or something, right? But I feel like back then, there were so few actual successful money-making comedians. It was like, you're either a household name in the comedy world or you're nothing.
Yep.
And now it's a little bit different. You got your household names, and then you still got comedians below that make a living, even if they're not household names.
I agree. And to be honest, and to this day, I still don't fault my dad for it, because again, like it's hard because like my dad's from Nigeria. You have parents that parents who aren't from America, so they don't even understand any of this dreamer, creative stuff, whatever. No, you need to study your books, go to college. You need to get your master's degree, get a PhD, get 3 PhDs, okay? You need to make it in this country. Telling jokes. Hi. But he didn't believe it, but it took me about 7 years of working on it. No. I think I put it down to go to college for a while. I got serious about it in 2011. So about a good 5-6 years of serious work. And he finally, once it took off, he's like, look at my son. When I made it on the morning show in my city as a permanent cast member, that's when my dad, look at my son on TV every morning, doing the news, telling jokes. That's when he became proud. But yes, and I know I'm taking up a lot of the TV time with stories and all that, though, but I want to make sure we get into that one last thing before anything else, Denise, and that is the fact that I really wish that between Wesley and his partner, one of them could cut a good promo, because all I heard was cussing, and you could tell that you don't know when you just start cussing. That's when you tell you don't have it, and I mean, and not in a bad way. But mic skill wise, I feel this is why I feel this feud isn't getting to where it needs to go, because they don't have the mic skills to really carry it the way I feel it needs to go.
But at least they kept it brief. I'll give them
Yeah.
that much. They kept it brief, but it did take me aback because sure, we get curse words here and there. Mostly the curse word we get in pro wrestling is bitch. We hear bitch all the time, right?
Yeah.
But this time I noticed it and it just kept going. And I noticed all the curse words and they were being bleeped out, right?
Yeah.
And it was so funny. I can't explain it. It was funny, but I didn't have look. It wasn't a great promo. We've talked about this. The promos between Zachary Wentz and Wesley haven't necessarily been the greatest. And it's so weird, right? Like, because when you think about, for example, on Monday Night Raw, you have Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods who are doing their program where they're also friends that are no longer being friends. The work they're doing is just tremendous. Obviously, totally different amounts of years of experience. You really can't compare the experience, but totally, totally different. And no, not one cuss word has been said, but we are feeling that storyline. And this one, it's more so of, I'm ready for the match. I really am ready for the match. But I think in this situation, I do feel like Zachary Wentz and Wesley are better off as friends instead of enemies.
Yeah, because it just went all over the place. At first, I was like, "Are they on Netflix already? All this cussing? Like, you're not there yet." And then out of nowhere, he brought up his fiance. Like, where did that come from? Like, what is it?
I don't know. But you know what? Again, I liked what they did because they at least kept it brief. They kept it brief. They gave us something to talk about. We're sitting here talking about the cursing. We at least got that to talk about. And they end with them fighting. Okay, cool. They can't get their hands off each other. Street fights coming up. Cool. I'm buying that portion of it. Fine. But again, they kept it brief, and that was the best thing that I think that they could have done here. I think they probably gathered how people felt about it with the last really lengthy Zachary Wentz promo that we got.
Yeah, and if I'm being honest, if I'm Wesley, I'm calling Raw. I'm like, hey, Zelina Vega, hey, are you busy on Tuesday? Can you come out here and say this stuff for me? And call Selena. Selena's a great with promos, and she's right now. I don't think she's doing too much.
Yeah,
on Raw.
but she's out doing the LWO. I can't see her doing both things, so it probably wouldn't work. But I'm pretty sure there's somebody else out there that can do some talking for them. But hey, here's the thing, though. I prefer them getting a shot at practicing to talk than just being like, "Oh, you suck at talking, so we're never going to hear you ever again," and then they never get better. You know?
Yeah.
I'd rather see them go out there and try than to never hear them at all.
Yeah, and also, and to be fair too, this is developmental though, so I'm not trying to be too harsh on everybody. I'm just seeing what I saw though. I know they'll develop over time, but again, like when he turned heel, I was expecting like venom to come out of his mouth on the mic when it came to the breakup, like why he did it, what he felt, and I just didn't get it.
Yeah. Hopefully, I know the match will be good. I think the match will be good.
Yeah.
The stuff is going to be fun. I think this will be a fun match, and that's where they're going to shine. And hopefully, that's what we remember the most from this feud. But yeah, after this, let's go different directions here because it's just not. They work better as friends for sure, as allies. They just work better that way. All right, we got a super chat here from Yes Boy who says, if WWE licenses music, which mainstream song would y'all book for, male and female? Anything from DMX's catalog from Breaker to some Glorilla for
Glorilla,
Jay. Glorilla. I was thinking of Gorilla because they had the Feel Good. Dun, dun, dun. You know that one
Feels
song?
good.
No, not that one. It's that one Gorilla song, Feel Good. Feel Good. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Someone here knows that. I know someone here knows that. I just think terribly. But you've heard it. It's been around for many, many, many years. That's what I was thinking about, Gorilla.
About the Gorillas?
Gorillas.
Yeah, okay.
Gorillas. Them.
Yeah.
Okay, but to answer Yes Boy's question, all right, I'm going to try to give a non-Taylor Swift answer. So a non-Taylor Swift answer, I am going to say, oh, yes, I got it. All right. Some Sabrina Carpenter for Tiffany Stratton, like Taste or Espresso for Tiffany Stratton. Some Olivia Rodrigo for Roxanne Perez or Cora Jade or Tatum Paxley because she fits that whole model. Yeah, definitely some Olivia Rodrigo for one of those three girls. And I'm trying to think who else would kind of fit in those molds. Oh, I would love it. We could get some Ariana Grande with one of the girls. That would be kind of cool. Sorry, I only got girl stuff.
First of all, I'm with all of them. I really like that too, and like incorporating them will be really good. I'm going to go on that hip hop catalog. I'm definitely pulling out some Lil Wayne, pulling out some Wheezy, especially Wheezy 0607 for the Street Profits maybe. I definitely would probably get I definitely, again, like you said, DMX would be a good one. I'll definitely get some DMX for Breaker for sure. Definitely go Glorilla for Jade. Maybe Cardi or Nikki for Bianca. I would say too. Definitely get one of them out there for the legs like that. And I mean, he's always there though. But I'll probably get Flow Rider for one of the mid cards. Like Flow, he's always there. You know, call him Pitbull because they're always there anyway. Call him up. We need a song.
We can get a Pitbull song. Who's got like Pitbull energy that can come back to like Mr. Worldwide?
Yeah.
Who's got Mr. Worldwide energy?
Mr. Worldwide. Yeah. Who?
No. Javon moves fast. He could come out to Mr. Worldwide with all that speed he's got.
Yeah, Javon could do it. That's my thing. What about for Jey Uso?
For Jey Uso? I don't
know.
I don't think I listened to anybody that can fit Jey Uso.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. You guys have some better options. Let us know in the comments, in the chat, whether you watch this live or on the replay. Thank you so much to Yes Boy for that. All right, so that's about it for us today, guys. We covered all of everything that went down on NXT, all of the major news and whatnot. We want to thank you guys so much for coming here each and every single Tuesday to come chat some NXT with us. That is it, guys. The USA Network era is over. It's done with. Next week we will be here talking about the CW. I still got to figure out how the hell I'm watching NXT live here in the West Coast. I have no idea what I'm doing, what the hell's happening. So please, if anybody here has some brilliant insights on that, let me know, because for me, everything is next day, or I have to wait until 8 o'clock for my affiliate KTLA to show it. So I have to figure something out. I'll worry about it at some point. I keep pushing it. Every week I say I'm going to worry about it, and then I don't worry about it. So I'm getting closer and closer to here. But anyways, everybody has recommended YouTube TV, so I probably am going to have to do YouTube TV. That's the only thing that I can think of to watch the same day and during the East Coast feed. So we'll see. Alvin White Jr. says final predictions for first night on the CW. Well, we saw Stephanie Vaquer today, but we didn't see her in person. So I do think Stephanie Vaquer will be at the show, possibly, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. And I'm trying to think if I know people are wondering about the Motor City Machine Guns. That could be something. Julia. I do think Julia's going to win the title from Roxanne Perez. And I think Trick Williams is winning the title from Ethan Page for sure. That's the one that I feel a little bit more confident on. And that's about it for my predictions, I feel.
Same here. I do see main thing, I don't know about Roxanne yet, though. I'm still, because I love Roxanne so much, man. You never know. But Trick Williams for sure is winning that title. That's for sure.
I feel it too. I do feel it too. Alrighty. So Alvin White Jr., thank you so much for the love and for ending us there on a good note. So alrighty, everybody, that is it for us here today. Chinedu, before we go, what do you got to plug? What do you got going on?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank all you guys for giving me 2 amazing sold-out shows this past weekend. The recap video was done. It'll be up on my page tomorrow morning. You can catch me every single day on my social media pages. I post videos every single day. Catch me on Sunday nights on Sports Extra, number one sports show in Texas on the CBS affiliate out here, KHOU. I'll be launching my new tour in a few weeks. I'll be all over Texas, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, Corpus Christi, Odessa, Midland, El Paso, and down the valley as well. I'll be launching that in a few more weeks. But other than that, do me a favor, please go back and watch the videos. Denise has an interview right now with Stephanie Vaquer right now. It's available right now. Go watch it. Click on the links. Be sure to share everything on Instagram and everything like that. And again, don't be a dick. Give it a click. So, that's it.
I love it. Thank you so much, Chinedu. Alrighty, everyone. I'm dropping a new interview tomorrow. Keep an eye out for that. And I think I have another one coming Thursday. So we got a lot of content happening here on the channel. If you want to see my reaction stuff and all of this content that I've been posting on Instagram. You guys can go there, check that out. But yeah, there's lots happening here on the channel, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. AEW Grand Slam. Reg and I are doing a watch along and post show for that. So make sure you guys come in and hang out, and we'll be here. And then Friday, I will be back with Robin for the SmackDown post show. All right, guys, catch you later. Bye, everyone.